As you can see there, it shows paper Christmas hats in a fire, and the company has been accused of using the colours of the Palestinian flag. That's the green, the red and the silver, which isn't there, but in any case. Now, Marks & Spencer's has removed it and said they apologise for any unintentional hurt caused. But one of the stars of their Christmas campaign, presenter Tan France, has defended the image, saying the claims are ridiculous, while pointing out that the advert was filmed in August, months before the Israel-Hamas war. What do you think of this one now? What other colours are you meant to use? Red, green and the silver, traditional Christmas colours. What other colours were they meant to actually use?
Well, exactly. I mean, look, if people are going to think that this looks like the Palestinian flag, then, you know, they must have a heart attack when they see a watermelon or when they go to Hungary. You know, there are loads of things that have red, green and white as their colours. And in the context, they're clearly Christmas paper hats. And it was obviously not filmed in the last 3 weeks. Turns out it was filmed in August, M&S has said. But I don't think you have to be a genius to work out that they don't make these things yesterday. And it really frustrates me because, look, I love Marks & Spencer. It really is my favourite shop. I think they've got their act together of late.
You got a jumper from them,
I have.
didn't you?
I don't think this is from them.
I'm not sure that's the best advert in the world.
Yeah. I'm not on commission. But honestly, it's a brilliant shop. And I think they often do a good job and they avoid all these kind of silly debates. And so I'd seen this M&S advert yesterday when they put it out on Instagram, and I actually thought it was a rubbish advert, but for other reasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I saw the apology last night, and I had no idea. I was utterly perplexed what they were talking about until I saw this full explanation. So, you know, I think it's a real shame that they've let themselves get embroiled in this, because no rational, reasonable person going there for their turkey and their woolly jumper is going to think that they were burning the Palestinian flag in August.
But Lizzie, people have been offended. They have been on social media, as we know, can get a little hysterical. People have been very upset by this and have accused Marks & Spencer of deliberately doing this, even as Benjamin has pointed out. It was filmed in August before any of this happened. But Marks & Spencer haven't actually done anything wrong, so why are they apologising?
I think it's totally disgusting. These are obviously the Palestinian colours. They will have known of this advert. As you said, it was filmed back in August. My father was an art director at Saatchi & Saatchi, so I do know about adverts, and they would know if something could be, you know, seen as wrong and be insensitive, quite frankly. I think it's disgusting. Let me finish. And if this was the other colours, baby, you know, a blue of the Israeli colours, people would be up in arms. And I have to say, you have to be sensitive to what is going on in the Middle East. And for me, I think this is totally the wrong move of Marks & Spencer's. It never should have been put out on Instagram. They get paid loads of money in advertising. Someone at the top head should roll for this.
So even though this was made back in August, someone looking at it before it went out on social media over the last couple of days should have reassessed it and thought, no, this could be interpreted the wrong way.
Of course, and a lot of money and time is spent on adverts. As you said, this was made back in August. So they would know the colours. They would know that this could really upset people, which it has done, Benjamin.
You need to get a life, Lizzie.
No, it doesn't, because look what's happening on our streets. Look what's happening every Saturday with the flags. Even, you know, Suella has said their hate marches. It's inciting, you know, the anger in people, and I think this is really disrespectful.
Can I just say, so you think it would be wrong to wear red, green and white? You just shouldn't have any things like that at the moment?
No, but burning, it's the whole of having those colours together and burning them, I think is wrong.
I mean, you're wearing red, green and white, Lizzie.
Yeah, it's a poppy.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you really think that, you wouldn't be dressed in those colours. It's preposterous.
No, it's not, because it's burning a fire.
Nonsense.
It's not, and I can understand why people are saying it's absolutely disgusting, which they are.
I thought it was an interesting point you made there, though, Lizzie. They're not traditional Christmas colours, so they wouldn't have used them. But if they had used, say, the blue and the white, which are representative of the Israeli flag, do you think there would have been this outcry?
I feel like I'm having a trip or something. I mean, this is just so preposterous. Look, it's got nothing to do with the Middle East. The issues that are happening there are utterly awful. The protests on the streets are incredibly difficult, some of them very problematic. It has nothing to do with a couple of paper hats in an M&S advert filmed in the middle of summer. And frankly, the problem isn't with M&S or with the colour of the hats. The problem is with losers who are trying to complain and be offended about anything.
Okay, don't call me a loser. What I'm doing
Why
is
are you complaining about?
Because this is so insensitive. Because say, my friend's lovely restaurant in North London has been absolutely ruined. Which is owned by
because of these paper hats.
No, there is a lot of hate on the streets, and you've seen it, Benjamin. And this is why we've you've got to be so extra careful. And this is, if it's a mistake by Marks and Spencer's, well, someone's head should roll. I think it's absolutely disgusting. And they are paid so much, these advertising agencies. You've no idea. Someone needs... you agree with me, I swear you do, Dawn, because anyone that would posted that before on Instagram would have seen this is wrong. And with the whole thing in the Middle East at the minute, you've got to be extra sensitive. And it's caused offence.
Benjamin, I mean, obviously, hypersensitive maybe, but if people are upset, then they are allowed to be, surely.
I don't actually think anyone's upset. I think it's people that love to complain on social media, and we all do it at some times. But I think actually there's something almost offensive about trying to project that serious issue onto a couple of paper hats that are in an advert for M&S. It doesn't take, you say heads should roll in the advertising department.
Yeah.
I think heads should be tested if you think that this was about the Palestinian flag or the Palestinian-Israeli issue. It clearly isn't. And actually, I think you have to draw a line here, because if you're going to project something as serious as a deadly conflict in the Middle East onto a light-hearted paper hat in a Marks and Spencer advert, then what else is everyone else in their daily life have to going to think about? I made the joke, and of course you probably thought it was pointless, but you are wearing red, green and white. Obviously that's not the Palestinian flag.
This
but
is
if
burning
you think
by
that
a
is,
fire.
then
Very
why is it
different.
your outfit, Lizzie?
That's pathetic argument.
Well, yours is
these are the Palestinian colours
what do you
being
think
burned
that
by
is?
a fire. As I said earlier, if
They're
it was
also
blue
the colours of a
and
watermelon.
white, a light blue and white, people say it's Israeli. My friend's son can't go to school with his badge because he goes to a Jewish
Just a
school.
couple of
That's
paper
how
hats.
sensitive it is out there at the minute. And
Do you know what?
I have to say,
I think that's an insult.
No,
that's an insult to the Jewish people and to the Palestinian and Muslim people in this country.
This advert is an
to say
insult.
that an advert in M&S has got anything to do with
These are
the
the
serious
Palestinian
issues they're
colours, and they should
facing.
have thought about this before posting it on Instagram.
Let's see what some of our callers have to say. Let's go to Joyce in Glasgow first. Hello, Joyce. Thank you for calling. What do you make of this? Are Marks and Spencer's right to apologise and remove this?
No, I don't think they should have removed it, because red and green and silver have always been the colours for Christmas. And I don't see that they're doing anything wrong. And if it was put out in August, then they didn't know about this. What other colours do they expect them to put in?
Yeah, but Joyce, they've had time to change it. They've had time to change this advert, and it's burning by the fire. It's not like an outfit, because now we're going to say Santa can't wear, It's literally by the fire, and it's very insensitive. And they've had time to change this, as you said. It was made in August.
Joyce, but you think Marks and Spencer's haven't done anything wrong, so they have nothing to apologise for?
No, I don't. Well, maybe they do have to apologise under the circumstances now, what's happening. But what is the world coming to? Are we not going to be able to wear colours? Is Santa going to be changed to a different colour?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
red, white and green?
Well, the reason the colours are used, obviously the red berry of the holly tree, the green of the leaf, and the white of the snow, maybe, I'm guessing, although it was silver. Joyce, thank you very much for your call. Let's go to Adam in North Yorkshire now. Adam, do you think Marks and Spencer should have apologised?
100%.
Oh, right, OK.
And the reason why is I wasn't even watching your show. I'd just come downstairs from getting a shower.
Keep watching.
And soon as I saw that image,
Well, that's good.
soon as I
Bit
saw
of
the
detail
image,
there, Adam.
You like the detail?
as soon as I saw the image, I thought, what's the Palestinian flag being burned for? That's the first thing I thought. And then I thought, no, what is it? And then I started listening to your conversation. And I think even though it's been made 3 months ago, whatever, the people, anyone that hasn't seen that image in the last 3 months has been lied under a rock. And I think if it was the other way around and it was a white and blue hats or whatever, the Muslim community would be in uproar. So somebody knew that this would cause something.
Adam.
Surely.
Adam, can I just say to you, first of all, if it were white and blue, it would have no link to Christmas, so it would be pretty weird. Are you telling me then, if you think that no one in a couple of weeks when they put their Christmas decors up, no one should have red and silver on their Christmas tree?
I don't know. All I'm saying to you is that I come down and that is the first thing that I thought about. It's the first thing that comes to my mind was Palestine.
Yeah, and Adam's right, because the first instinct, when you're on an advert, you've got to punch, you've got to get the message over quick. When I saw that, by the fire, I suddenly thought, oh my goodness, they're the Palestinian colours, by the fire, burning. It's not right, and it's insensitive.
Interesting. Adam, thank you very much for your call. Interesting, we have become so hypersensitive. Benjamin, do you think that the fact that Marks and Spencer's was opened by a Jewish man originally, a Polish Jew, do you think there might be an element of that involved in this reaction?
No, I don't think anyone sat there reading their Wikipedia, reflecting on that. I suppose I did know that it was opened by a Jewish business person, but it never occurred to me in all this thought process. Look, the fact is, it's got absolutely nothing to do with politics. And I think, sometimes it's justified to look at businesses having a corporate responsibility to serious issues, right? Whether that's things like, women's body image, for example. M&S would have a responsibility on that kind of political issue because they have an influence over that. But the idea that we project serious, complicated, difficult political issues onto some of the light-hearted, the fun things in life, I think that's a really sad state of affairs.
And to be fair, one of the stars of the advert, Tan France, who is from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, I think is the programme, he has said, look, it's mad, it was filmed in August, ridiculous comment, get a grip. So, Barbara, in Liverpool, thank you for calling. Should Marks and Spencer's get a grip?
Absolutely not. I think it's outrageous. I think it's people looking for similarities or whatever. But Christmas colours have always been, I'm 72, and they've always been red, white and green. And surely, we're not taking things to this level. It's people looking, I think, too closely at things. I'd be the first to speak out if I thought it was, pointed at Palestine. It's just not. It's just Christmas, and I feel so sad for Marks and Spencer's. This was made back in August.
Yeah, but then they've got time, Barbara, to change it. It was made in August. They can see what's happened in the Middle East. They've got time to change this, so people won't be offended. And I think it's very insensitive that they're burning it. Why? I mean, it's number one a danger to do that. No, I'm not overthinking it, because as our other caller just now said, his first impression was straight away Palestinian colours, and they're burning them on the fire. It's not right. And that was his first impression of the advert.
Barbara?
No, it definitely wasn't my first impression. And I was in yesterday and saw that advert for myself. It did not in any shape or form register with me that there's the Palestinian colours being burnt. Marks and Spencer's are a reputable company. They've gone into this not thinking, obviously, of what would happen and what is happening now. And surely, people can just say it's part of the advert. It's not to upset anybody. I didn't even to me, it's Christmas. It's red, white, and...
Yeah, absolutely. Barbara,
all I saw.
Barbara, thank you very much for your call. Appreciate that. This is going to annoy you even more, Benjamin. Sorry, it's my job to annoy Benjamin, obviously. But also, one of the parts of this advert that have been complained about is one of the characters in it, I'm not quite sure which one, is also wearing like a blue and white eyeshadow, which the same people are saying now is supporting Israel. I'm not making it up, it's on social media.
Well, look, I think the same people should maybe, have a bit of the M&S Christmas gin and relax, because this is all preposterous. And you know what? Where do you draw the line, right? Is everyone who puts a wreath on their door in these colours going to have this projected onto them?
It's the point that it's burning. I think we've got time for one quick call. Let's go to Manchester now. Yasmin, you're in Manchester. Yasmin, what would you like to say? Should Marks and Spencer's have taken this? It's an Instagram post, by the way, not the main advert. Have taken this down?
Yes, definitely, because it's a subliminal message which is used in all advertisements. And as Lizzie Cundy said, it is very insensitive to the Palestinian people. Also, I feel Benjamin should apologise to Lizzie for saying she's a loser, because she's far from that. She's a lovely person. And I hope, Lizzie, your dog is all right.
Thank you. Yes, it's very good. Thank you.
With all due respect, Yasmin, it's not a subliminal message predicted 3-4 months before the attacks even started. How is that possible?
It's not about a subliminal message predicted. It's about what the some Jewish people feel about the Palestinian state, Whether it's 4 months ago, 10 months ago, it doesn't matter. The fact is, don't be insensitive at a time of war now.
So, Yasmin, would this actually stop you going to shop in Marks and Spencer's this Christmas?
No, because I went shopping in Marks and Spencer's last night.
Good answer.
It's a
Yasmin.
great answer, thank you. I hope you got something lovely for today. Thank you very much. OK, what about you? Would it stop you? I mean, they have taken it down and they have apologised.
I know, if they give an apology, unlike Benjamin didn't do, if they give me an apology and say sorry for this, because it is insulting, and obviously we can tell from the callers, a lot of people are finding it very insensitive. If they say sorry, then I will go back to...
OK, Benjamin, maybe will you... I mean, lovely jumper, but will you boycott Marks and Spencer's because they have apologised?
I think the jumper's from Zara, so I don't want to put everyone off M&S, because I know they won't be going there for that. Look, I genuinely love that shop. I think it's a brilliant one. And I think whether it's this one or anybody else, because look, this is probably one of the first Christmas adverts we've seen. I think maybe Asda's released theirs as well. Look, there's going to be a lot of these coming up in a few weeks. And I bet you they've all got red, green and white in them. So if you're offended by this, it's going to be a really stressful time for you, Lizzie.
Not burning by a fire.
You're going to find this a nightmare.
This is very insensitive.
Every reef
by
you walk
a fire.
past.
Listen to what Yasmin said. It's insulting.
Let's see what some of you are saying on the social media messages. Thank you very much for getting in touch. James on Facebook says, the world's gone mad. Nothing wrong with that advert, and apologising only makes it look like they did something wrong. I must confess, I sort of feel that way as well. If you've done nothing wrong, why are you apologising? It's almost doubling down. Meanwhile, Matt on Twitter says, they were right to remove it. It's offensive and divisive, even though 3 months in advance.
They had time to change it though, Dawn, before they press that and put it on Instagram.
OK, I think we've got another call. We've got time to fit another call in. Triana in West Sussex. Triana, what would you like to say?
I would just like to say that these colours have been used for Christmas for years, and that we should stop getting oversensitive. It isn't right to upset people in other countries. It isn't right to upset people here. And we should be thinking that actually it's about Christmas. It's about Jesus Christ, our Saviour, and not be worrying about a shop advert. Come on now, let's get a grip. And let's start thinking.
Triana, I think that's a lovely note to end on, because, I mean, it is about this time of year, no matter what your religion, it is about love and forgiveness and coming together. OK, stop hugging over there. Right, thank you for all your calls on this.